No applause required. Thank you. Thank you for being here today. Just to tell you what's been going on. So, the new year happened, and I said to myself, I just want things to be calm. I don't want there to be any change. Because 2023 was a challenging year. 2023 in many ways was a crappy year. I don't know if I can say that in church, but it was just challenging. Part of me keeping my sanity was working with the choirs, the bells, the ensemble, and everything that music brings to worship and the world. So then, of course, January 19th, and it was kind of funny because I was driving over, and on NPR, the person who wrote the book Search was being interviewed. And I thought, well, this search committee for a new preacher, that might be an interesting book. And get to staff meeting where Kit said, you're going to be living that book. So in the midst of all of the change, in the midst of everything, music can calm us down. Music can provide worship. Music can give glory to God. And I just want to thank not only everyone that gives their time and talent and voice and ringing and composition to the music program at All Saints, but all of the support and love that the parish gives to everyone. Well, there's those couple of times where I play too fast or too slow or too loud, but barring that, there's a whole lot of love. So you see the program, and there'll be some moving parts as we go to the loft and come back down, and that's just part of what we have with a divided kind of program. And there are some special people that jumped in at the last minute, and I won't give their names because, they're kind of fresh and sensitive about jumping in at the last minute. But it just rounded out everything we're doing. So we're going to start with Toccata of Praise. A toccata comes from the Italian word to touch. And you might know I play some toccatas on the organ. I play the Warhorse toccatas on the organ, because once you get started with touching the keys, you just don't stop. So this piece is for choir and piano, toccata to touch praise. So the bells are going up to the loft, and this concert is dedicated to Dottie Hoopengardner, a music maker, plus everything else that people would want in a friend and a parishioner. And at the end, I'll have a time if people want to say something about Dottie. There'll be a table downstairs if you brought one of her quilts or things. I have mine up there that I'm going to bring down to the undercroft for show and tell. And we want to especially thank Don for sharing Dottie with us. For all of the gifts and talents that both of Don and Dottie have brought to All Saints in the musical world. So now we have a couple of Mozart pieces for the bells. And the first piece, the Ave Verum, is just a beautiful piece of work. But it just needed something. Does Mozart really need something? But it seemed like it just needed something, so I said, Don, will you just add something? So the middle section is Don's creation that fits beautifully with Mozart's Ave Verum. I don't think Mozart would be upset. And if he is, So I learned early on in my church music career to take counsel from the choir. So I found this amazing set of pieces based on the Beatitudes. And Patrick Hawes is considered kind of a protege of John Rutter. John Rutter on steroids. Because Patrick Hayes uses all of a modern kind of mixing of intervals and rhythmic patterns, and the beauty and the challenge of these settings of the Beatitudes is the piano or the orchestra helps the choir out zero. They are so on their own. So when I brought this to the choir, I kind of hired Emily Waller to lead us in this. So after 5 rehearsals on the first 3 measures, or so it seemed, the choir was like, look, we can't do this. And so I said, okay, well, in the fullness of time, this will come about. And so this past year, it's so amazing. We have so many musicians and people in this parish. So I said, Emily, can we pull together something? And so there's this other girl named Emily. Oh my gosh. And then Emily grabbed Ellie. Oh my gosh. And then, spouses are always casualty in situations. So Emily got Charlie. The other Emily got her husband, Chris. And then we needed 2 more people. So Matt joined and Steve joined. And this has been such a glorious experience. They have worked, they have formed this bond, this intricate harmony, working that it's just been really amazing. And I have promised them that next season, if they will continue with this ensemble, that we won't do such difficult music. But these settings based on the Beatitudes are just beautiful. And just sit back, meditate, listen to the sounds, because we are going to go through 1 through 8. The mic wasn't, did you hear everything I said? I said, thank you to the ensemble. They must have been doing something right because the birds were singing with them. Okay, all right, sorry. So I'll open it up to whoever wants to come have a word about Dottie.
Thank you for the beautiful music you brought today. Thank you very much. Oh, all right, I need my school teacher voice, right? Right, Steve? All right. Thank you, choir. Thank you, Quincy. Oops. So I've been here for like a really long time, right? I was counting it up on my fingers and toes. It was about 40 years. I can't even believe it. But one of the connections that I had with Dottie was her as a quilt maker. Dottie has made 3 quilts for me over a period of time, and so I wanted to share one with you. She was just a genius at pulling together ideas. You know, you bring your whole wardrobe of clothes in there, and then she picks out one for the audience that you wanted to make your quilt for. So this is one that I sleep under. I sleep under Donnie every single night, whether it's in the middle of the summer or in the cold, cold winter. So if someone can, Harold, come on, help me hold this quilt up. This was the first one, and we'll show you this side because the other side is where I slobber on it when I'm sleeping. But this is the first one she, wait a minute, is this not going the right direction? That she made for me, and it was really for my son, and it had all the events that he was in as a kid. As his Cub Scouts, he went to the USSR back in the day through his school, and he was at Cornell. He played soccer, and one that you could sleep under and just snuggle under it every night. So Don, thank you for our Dottie, and thank you everyone. Thank you, Quincy.
I wanted to share, Dottie is so special to our family. Story, our son, Jaden, can you hear? Okay, I gotta get closer. Thanks, Steve. So our son, Jaden, he's a junior in college right now. And when the time came for him to go through confirmation, we knew it would be kind of tricky to convince him to do it. He said, I don't believe this stuff, but we said, well, look, why don't you just go ahead and go through the confirmation program? It's okay that we expect that you won't ultimately be confirmed. That's all right. And so he went ahead, he went through confirmation, and we were trying to think, who would be a good mentor for him? And I immediately thought of Dottie because she was so meaningful to me when I would attend the Tuesday small group discussions. She'll have an impact with me for the rest of my life because I don't really approach my faith in kind of a cognitive belief-oriented way. It's a matter of music and art and poetry. But I come from a background where that would not have been okay. And it was so meaningful to me that I would come to the Tuesday group and she, this little older woman would just flat out say, yeah, I don't believe this and I don't believe that. And it was so refreshing and it made me feel like there's a place for me, and it's okay for me to go ahead and be more open about that. And so I thought, this is the perfect person to be a mentor for our son, Jaden. And he had such a wonderful relationship with her, and she also made him a quilt. And ultimately, she made him feel so comfortable with his approach to, not believing things in a traditional way that he ended up being confirmed. And we never would have expected it. So anyway, Dottie's just always going to be really a meaningful part of our family. We really appreciated her as well.
There you go. I may be one of the last people that Dottie made something for. You may or may not know that my wife was the Reverend Senya Taipali, and unfortunately she died 6 years ago. And I knew her in her final year of seminary. And you all know how special stoles are. And of course, Senya was in the parish. She eventually was special ministries and was director of pastoral care at Sparrow for 18 years. Well, of course, after she died, I had all of her clergy stuff, and I really did not know what to do with her stoles. I donated a lot of the stuff because it was very useful for young clergy and people that needed vestments. I did not know what to do with the stoles. They were very, very special. So I think it was Shannon. I think Shannon said, "Have you thought about asking Dottie to make something from them?" And to cut a long story short, and I couldn't bring it in because it's a wall hanging, and it's pretty big, and it's in our living room. And she took all of her best stoles, and she made it into a pattern. She used every single piece of her stoles. The back was all satin, and it's like a kaleidoscope. And she did this September, October. And it's a wonderful, wonderful memory, not only of Senya, but of Dottie. And I bless her every time I look at those stoles. Thank you.
Yeah, Dottie was the queen of quilts, and some of you know my late husband Bill. He was clergy, but he also was a teacher, and he was involved in his family, all his family reunions, and he collected T-shirts and ball caps, and he had a ton of them, just a ton of them. So I really didn't know what to do with all of them because there were so many, and we'd go on these family reunions, and some of them my stepdaughter went on, and some of them my daughter went on, and I went on all of them. So I took this pile of T-shirts and hats over to Dottie, and I said, "What can you do with them?" And so we divided them out. You know, these are for Jill, these are for Cassie, these are for me. And she made 3 quilts. I have one, I'll have it downstairs, of his T-shirts, and she cut out the logos of his hats and sewed them into the quilts. I swear she made those quilts in 2 months. I mean, it was like no time at all. She had 3 quilts made, and they're just lovely, and I treasure them, and every time I look at them, I think of Dottie.
Well, I will echo what Kevin said about the Tuesday group. Dottie was in that for many, many years, and she was the most faithful skeptic I have ever known. Her line was always, we would discuss for years, we discussed the lectionary readings for the upcoming Sunday, and we would get stuck on things, and she would just say, "Well, you know, Jesus didn't really say that." And we'd go, "Okay, Dottie." But probably most of the time she was right. So after we lost her, we had one Tuesday where we just had a day of Dottie, and we told stories and remembered her so fondly. And at the end, I played a recording of the In Paradisum from Fore's Requiem, and when it was finished, I said, "I have no doubt that angels led her into paradise. And I imagine that Jesus is now saying, 'Actually, Dottie, I did say that.'"
And we'll have time at the end of the concert. I have a little reception prepared. So it's not a quilted cake. but I just love it. Like when something comes about, and I say, well, I want this. Give someone the raw data. Don, Mozart needs a little something. Can you do something? And then just turn it over to creativity. The cake is just gorgeous. So if the choir will come, we will sing this beautiful Scottish setting of A Time for All Things. So I will say, when I got the word that Dottie had passed, my initial fear was, who is going to keep Joe together on the bells? They shared a stand, they shared their music together, and Dottie would kick Joe underneath the table. That's a dotted half note, that's a dotted half note. So one of our favorite pieces is out of the hymnal Muchos Resplandores, something like that. All right. So, and then the last piece is this really amazing piece for the message, My Faith, My Hope, and by Gwyneth Walker. And after that, if you will join us for the beautiful cake. And if there's a basket in the back, if you want to help offset Dottie's tree and Dottie's amazing bench right down facing Abbott Road.
you.